Hey guys, and welcome to the channel. I'm Zemo, the dad in DPS, and we are back in the Purveyor's basement. This time, we're going to be crafting some weapons. And the weapon that we're going to be crafting is a personal favourite of mine. But before we get into that, don't forget to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. Alrighty, we are crafting some legendary Peppershakers. Now, Peppershaker is one of my favourite weapons in the game. Unfortunately, it got hard nerfed with the shotgun nerf a couple of years back, but at the same time, it's still very good for crippling limbs, and I intend to use this with the Strangler Heart armour. Now, what we're going to do is see if we can try and get a quad faster fire rate. If we don't, we don't, but that is what we're aiming for, and if we get any good ones other than that, then that is all good. So our first roll is going to be the Zealot's Peppershaker with replenish action points with each kill, 1 perception. Absolute trash! Replenish action points with each kill is actually not a bad roll in this type of weapon because you can use things like dodgy with it, which allows you to, you know, not get well, use your action points as your ability to dodge attacks, but at the same time, absolute pants. I don't want that version of this weapon. But next up, we have, oh, Earthquake. The Executioner's Peppershaker with VATS hit chance and faster movement speed while aiming. Now, this isn't actually a bad roll, it's not the best roll. I wouldn't typically use this in VATS, but I could in theory, and it would probably do some decent damage to headshots and against bosses, but yeah, not the ideal roll. Not that bad actually, not that bad. Yeah. Nothing really much to say about it. Executioners is a very good roll on any weapon, realistically, especially for bosses, because you get that base 50% damage once they drop their health. Troubleshooter's Peppershaker with bash damage and chance to go invisible. Absolute trash. This one is going in the bin for definite. Unfortunately, bash damage and the invisible thing just isn't going to work on a big shotgun thing, and Troubleshooters is already absolutely, completely, utterly useless. I don't like it. I hate it. I hate every thing about it. Then we have the Mutant Slayer's Peppershaker with weapon speed and 1 perception. Now, Mutant Slayer is not anywhere near the best effect. Weapon speed is what we want, but yeah, not the set of rolls we wanted on this at all. Next up, we have Hunter's Peppershaker with hit chance and movement speed while aiming. Now, Hunter's just nah. Like, what I would say about this is, for what I would primarily potentially use it for, which is getting the queen onto the ground, is it's definitely okay. Hit chance, movement speed while aiming, but yeah, it is what it is. I had to do a random cut there. The dog was being an asshat. Right, next roll, we are looking at 2-shot Peppershaker with bash damage and 1 agility. Now, 2-shot is actually not bad. Obviously, more projectiles. No, 2-shot's crap. 2-shot's crap. I don't know what I'm talking about. You're only getting like 1 extra projectile. It is no. I always forget that with shotguns. This is absolute trash. Bash damage, 1 agility. Nah. 2-shot is the worst effect on shotguns. It just doesn't give you enough extra utility. If it was actually double the amount of shots, it would be amazing. But it is not, unfortunately. Vampire's Peppershaker with bash damage and 1 agility. Now, Vampires is very good on this. It has a lot of shots, does a lot of healing actions with it. Bash damage, again, completely useless. 1 agility. You know, extra special stats is always good, but not necessary. Yeah, I've got much better. I have a lot of Peppershakers already, and I have much better. So next up, Assassin's Peppershaker with critical damage and weight reduction. Assassin's is a very poor effect, unfortunately, and typically, yeah, I don't rate it. Critical damage, not the best on here. Same reason that the VATS hit chance isn't the best. You know, you're not typically going to be using this in VATS, but if you can get it to work in VATS, it would be okay. And reduced weight is always good because, you know, less weight, less stuff I'm carrying, being a pain in the butt. Next roll! Suppressor's Peppershaker with last shot, 1 perception. This is the epitome of trash. Now, suppressors, while can work, I suppose, with this type of weapon, because it isn't outputting an insane amount of damage, last shot is just not gonna be any good. 1 perception, same reason all the special stats. It's just kind of okay, not what you intend to roll for, but is just okay. So far we've not really had many good rolls, have we? Assassins with critical damage and reload speed. Yeah. Critical damage, reload speed could be potentially good together, but not on Assassins, unfortunately. It is not the roll we are looking for. Now, we might roll some extra ones of these over the top of some of the ones that we have, but we will decide that when we finish. Nocturnal, weapon speed and movement speed while aiming. Now, Nocturnal is... it's one of those effects that is half of the time it's good, half of the time it isn't. So, half of the time it's absolute trash. The rest of the rolls on here are actually quite good though. The weapon speed and the speed while aiming are very good. But weapon speed, typically with this type of weapon, I want it on a quad. I really do. I want it on a quad. And we've got a couple more fresh ones to do. Zealot's Peppershaker with weapon speed and damage resistance while aiming. Again, if it wasn't for that top effect, this actually would be a decent little roll, but unfortunately it is a bad roll because of that top effect. Zealots is just, ugh. I mean, again, it's potentially decent to use at the Queen, but yeah. Or is it only Hunters? I think she only counts as an animal, doesn't she? I could be wrong with that. Leave that down in the comments. It's been a while since I've thought about it. Anti-armor Peppershaker with replenish action points with each kill, and invisibility. Now, the top two effects do work together. And again, I've said this before, the replenish action points with each kill does work with this weapon because it does work with, depending on your build, like with dodgy and things like that. It's something you can use in a bloodied build in order to, you know, mitigate more damage. But yeah, not what I'm looking for, and that bottom effect is just absolute pants on here. I definitely think we're going to re-roll like the Assassins ones and things like that, but we'll see what we get first. This is actually exactly kind of what I want. Now, limb damage is typically not the best effect on a weapon, but with quad ammo capacity, limb damage, and breaks 50% slower, this works for exactly what I want it for. This is a limb destroying weapon. This is the type of weapon that I would use on something like the Scorchbeast Queen to get her on the ground, which was part of the reason I kind of wanted it. On top of that, the main reason I want to use this weapon is to use it with Strangleheart for the acid damage. And this kind of works as just the ultimate limb crippling weapon. I'm really happy with that. I don't think I'm going to roll any more because as much as faster fire rate would have been a good shout on that middle slot, this works. This works for what I wanted it for. Limb damage on there is not the best effect because you do have perks that can do a similar thing with this, but this is just going to shred people into the ground. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm very happy. Now, I don't think we need to question what the top roll for tonight is, so we're just going to leave it at the quad Peppershaker is exactly what I was looking for. Last roll, and we got what we wanted. So yeah, I am really happy with that. We're going to test this out in a video at some point just to show you what it can do. Obviously, I am not under any illusions. This is not a damaging weapon. This is a weapon that has utility, and the way that you should be using it is to cripple the limbs of much bigger targets and kind of go about there. But that being said, against smaller targets, I'm fairly certain it's going to absolutely obliterate them with relative ease, because the Peppershaker is not a weak weapon, it's just not really a boss killing weapon, but it is a boss crippling weapon. So, that one kept us guessing right to the end, and with that, we come to the end of the video. I think it was quite successful. We did get a lot of trash, but at the same time, you always do when you craft. It's the fundamental problem with Fallen 76's crafting system, is you always get a lot of nonsense. But right at the end, we clutched it from the jaws of defeat. So yeah, with that guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you want more of this type of content, don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe. I especially love comments of suggestions of what you would like me to talk about or see in videos. And if you want more kind of stuff from us throughout the week and the day, head on over to our Discord. There should be a link down in the description. It does expire a lot, so if you are wanting to join the Discord, say and leave a comment about it, because I will post a link to you directly and you'll be able to join the Discord that way. Either way guys, I'll catch you all next time in the Wasteland. Feeling the heat, I'm taking again, we'll play poker with the devil. In shadows
we ramble, cards on the table, the stakes run high. A twisted game of fate where innocence will die. Can't resist the temptation of dodging the flame, trading my soul for fortune. Get caught up in the game, devil's breath whispers, promises of weapons, but deep down inside, my conscience starts to unfold. The room grows dim as we lay down our bets. My heart beats fast, filled with